Hello, it's Mag again, Magellan Egoyan from Second Life. I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the art, both my own or some of the pieces that I've acquired from other people. And then I'd like to take you over to an exhibition that deals with some of the kinetic sculptures that are found within Second Life. I want to show you one of my own sculptures. This is actually a real-life sculpture that I've developed a copy of in Second Life. Art that's easy to do in real life is not always easy to do in Second Life. In real life, this is a wire sculpture that was relatively easy to develop. In Second Life, there's no simple way of twisting in a wire-like manner, so the actual sculpture is quite complex to reproduce. However, it's also relatively easy to build things much bigger in Second Life. This is fun. It allows one to explore sculptures as a sort of scaling of sculptures and their impacts size-wise as an impression before one would actually build one this size in real life. Now, a second sculpture I want to talk about is this blue sculpture over the back here that's moving around. As we'll watch it as I move up towards it. The sculpture changes color and eventually size as well. It's sensitive essentially to the presence of people, avatars, in its proximity. The sculpture is an example of a scripted what's called a scripted object. In this case, it's quite a complex object with many different, a collection of objects with many different objects inside, each with its own script. And the sculpture can be made to react to the presence of people in its vicinity. So this is another example of a sculpture format that would be hard to do in real life, but provides an emotional interaction that's interesting. The sculpture on the right is a sculpture developed by another Second Life resident whose Second Life name is Elros Tuominen. Also a very talented artist. These are art forms you can't really do in Second Life. Or in real life rather. They are simple to do in Second Life, but objects floating in the air, objects with different kinds of movements in them are not particularly easy to do in real life. In Second Life, they're relatively simple.